Hi guys, Jason here from Shogun Martial Arts, and I'm here to do a fight tip. I get asked this all the time, and it's how to pro wrapper hands or how to wrapper hands for fight night. New South Wales, with its new laws, there's a few different things that you got to do. Victoria's the same, South Australia's the same. It's just Queensland and Western Australia that are a little bit different. So I'm going to wrap a hand today for my experience under Muay Thai. I know there's a million ways you can do it, and I've seen all sorts of ways. This is a way that the guys taught me. I spent a lot of time with some boxers, a lot of time in Thailand. Some guys from the Netherlands, all the Dutch guys, I've watched them all wrap hands, and we're all pretty similar. So this is my take on it, and this is legal for New South Wales, Victoria and South Australia. Okay. Alright, so first we've got Jake here as the demo. Hi Jake. How you going? The first thing I sort of do is, and everyone does it, is they sort of measure the guy's hand, like just eye over it, and what we'll do is the first thing that I want to support the wrist. Okay, this is probably the most important part of it. I find it really strange, the laws that you can hit someone with an elbow, but they want this bandage across the knuckles that's under a glove. So, but that's a law, and we have to do it. So, but my view is that this wrist needs to be supported. This is the whole thing. Yeah, you don't want to go too tight here. Wrap it around over the top. Tear it. The reason I tear it and stop there, because when you wrap round, you get this tight, and the poor fighter's got a blue hand in 5 minutes. So what I do is I tend to strengthen up this part and don't get too overboard. We'll go around here, nice and deep, guys. No point having a short wrap onto here. Nice and deep, so it's over to here. Jake's got quite a long wrist, so what we'll do is we'll just go over to here like so, and right on that join where the wrist bone joins to the hand, I'm going to really just get that nice and tight. Yeah. Okay. So then I like to do the thumb now. Some fighters will do the thumb, some fighters won't. So for now, I do this. I wrap round the thumb, come up and over, and then I make Jake close a fist. So I've always got a nice fist closed. We go back over to this side and tear it off. Yep. And then I'll go again. I double that part up. Around. Jake closes a fist, nice and tight. And I go back up to the top. Okay, so that sort of ties the thumb in, keeping it nice and tight and trying to get no vibration. Yeah. Okay, so now I kind of tie this off again, just so it doesn't slip while we're wrapping the hands. There we are. So that's the top of that. Right, so now we come in the fun part, the hard part is the bandage. So I'm going to grab your bandage. We want to sort of just visually measure this hand. How wide, some guys have little hands, some guys have big hands, but we just visually measure it, and this is a bit of a tricky situation, so I'll try and slow down for you and get it done. So what I like to do is I put it over like so, and I wrap it and I sort of line that up. I don't want to be too big. When you get too big, it gets too messy, especially the fighter's hand. So we roll over and over upon itself like so.
Would you say you use nearly that whole roll?
We always use the whole roll, yeah.
For one hand?
Yeah, only some kids, smaller kids and guys with hands, we sort of cut off a little bit, only about 30-40 centimetres at the end. But yeah, generally we use nearly much the whole roll. So here becomes the tricky part. What we're making here, guys, is the suspension part for Jake. We don't want him to bust his knuckles. We want him to get nice and supported, nice and tight under there, but firm at the same time. We don't want any tension. We don't want any tendons pulling the wrong way. So you've got to have a think about the mechanics of the hand and how they work in a fist. Okay. All right. So I'm just gonna go a little bit more. All right. So we do this. This is the hard part, guys. We fold like this in half, like so. So fold that in half, yeah? Okay, we lay this across the knuckles. When Jake opens up his hand, a little bit, I'll try not to get into the way of the camera. So we go around, we tie it off. When we go around, I twist here. I twist as I come down. If you can see this, when I go around, twist. Just to give it not so bulky when he holds the grip. Okay, so it's on, hold it right now, make a fist for me. Alright, so now that is right on the bridge of his top knuckle. Okay, alright, so then we're going to just roll this over to here. This is now going to support the wrist. What we don't want from this hand wrap is this to move backwards and forwards during a fight. We want it to keep nice and tight. Okay. Alright, so we go around here. I might just open up his thumb through here, like so, and we'll do that. So what's important here? Don't worry about how messy it is at the moment. Is this is for New South Wales, so we've got to have bandage only across the front of the knuckles. So we get Jake to hold that there for me. Now, again, we come to this wrist and we support it. Again, try not to go too tight. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to run down to the front of the hand. So you're going to make strips that are going to run down to the front of the knuckle, holding this bandage in here. Okay, till we get to the point where there's no tape over the knuckles, then we're not allowed to do that here in New South Wales. So what we'll do is just follow me, and you might what I call this is the skin of it. So you might skin this twice, you might skin it 3 times. It doesn't matter. What depends is, you know, what sort of, you know, your fighter could have had a hand injury in the past or something. But for the video, I'm just gonna do it twice. Okay, here's a little bit tricky bit. We're going to get Jake to open up the thumb. So what we've done here is that we've made this not one cast, so he's got he can let some heat out through his hand, and he can breathe. Okay, so his hand can breathe. So what we do is we've got to close this off. Right, so we take this to like so. Jake rolls over again. Close your fist, and we roll this over to here like so. Right, this is about where you can go to from New South Wales, okay, the top of there. That's sort of borderline. Alright, so we open up, Jake, open up there, grab one around this stirrup, hold it nice and roll over, close the fist, and come up between those knuckles. Make sure you feel that your knuckles, you're not pulling to one side because it's going to pull the finger to the wrong side. So just all the way up to the back, nice and straight, like so it's supported. Then the next one, close the fist, same again, find the knuckle, go in between the knuckle and straight up. Last one, close the fist, same again, find the knuckle, up, and hit it like so. Alright, so what we've got here, guys, if you can see that under the camera, is the bandage exposed. The Sports Combat Board will let you tape between the knuckles, but they won't let you build up any of this tape over the knuckles here in New South Wales and most states in Australia. So that's the basic underneath of it. That's the mechanics of it. He's got something to grab here. We tied off his thumb, we supported the wrist. So now is just sort of the cleaning up stage, and to make it nice and firm, so this can't bend back like so, and you know, protect these knuckles as much as possible. So what we do from here, I go to here. Like so. When you come down around this thumb, you know, a lot of Thai boxers like to have moved the thumb so they can it can move, but a lot of boxers will really case that thumb. But in Thai boxing, we need to be able to move that thumb, you know, to get that grapple on. So we kind of don't do it too much, not like boxers. Okay, and like so. And here we have it, that's supported there. I'd probably, since his wrist is really long, I'd probably just go one extra up than what I would on a normal fighter, just to get it nice and deep and supportive. So that's a hand wrap, guys. We've got that exposed bandage for the sports combat board, keeps them happy. Thumb's nice and protected. We can breathe through this part here. The wrist is nice and supported, and that's the main thing. You can, if he goes, oh, I want it a little bit tighter, you could, you know, go back over the top and just skin that in and get it nice and tight. And you know, some fighters will want it a little bit tighter, some fighters will want it a little bit looser. So okay, guys, that's a hand here for New South Wales. There's plenty of ways to do it. That's a way I was taught and developed over the years of my coaching. So yeah, New South Wales, Victoria, South Australia, I'm pretty sure all the same. It's only Western Australia, Northern Territory and Queensland that let you build up over the knuckles. So yeah, that's Shogun and that's Jake, and hope it helps. Thanks.